So just to complete the video from where I finished previously, what I've now done is I've put in the batteries. The batteries are slotted in inside there. We're all connected up. There's a new switch fitted there. The wires are tied here. I'm not very good at tying wires, I'm afraid. It's a bit untidy. And the receiver has been mounted on the top. It's mounted with a piece of double-sided sticky tape, and the aerial comes up through. So we're going to put an aerial on this in just a moment, but we're not going to do that until the cover's on. One other thing I just need to do very quickly is just to make sure that my steering and my throttle is aligned correctly. So I'm going to take the air filter off temporarily, and this is my controller. If I just put it there like that on the floor, you should be able to see that. This is my controller. So we're going to turn the car on first of all, and we're going to turn the controller on. There we are, and we'll just check the steering. So make sure the steering's good, and make sure it returns back to nice and straight, which it is. If it isn't, we can do it on the trim here, or I'd prefer to do it on the horn, which is why I do this, because I like the trim to be central. Similarly with the throttle, we'll make sure that the throttle is good. So the throttle is good. You can see the throttle is opening correctly. There is a little bit there. When we put the brake on, I don't have my aerial up, so it's a bit jittery at the moment. But when we put the brake on, I do notice that there's a little bit of play here, as you can probably see on the throttle actuator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tiny Allen key, and I'm just going to adjust that out. So that's now pushed back right into where it needs to be. So that's right back to what I would call tick over point. I'll just make sure that's there. And what we do is we just leave the tiniest bit of margin there. And I'll just make sure that the spring's tight again. Onto there, so let's push back nice and tight. There. And what we should see now is when we push the brake, the throttle doesn't actually actuate at all. It's purely all on the stick. The movement moves, but there's nothing happening in the carburetor, which is what we want. So the throttle is adjusted correctly. The steering is adjusted correctly. The steering stopped working there for a minute. I'm not sure why that is. We'll find out why in a minute. It could be the aerial. It could be a dodgy controller actually. This is a very old controller that's a bit intermittent sometimes. So we'll try that to be sure in a minute. Just make sure it's not in here though. Make sure it's not a dodgy thing in here. Alright, I'll check on that in a moment and see what's happening. But there we are. So that's it. Now the only other thing to do, I'm just going to turn this off for a minute. I'm going to put that straight and I'll find out where that is. The only other thing to do is to put the cover on. Now I have a brand new cover for this one, but I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to use this one instead. This is a second-hand cover that came with a different car. It's going to need trimming slightly, but I'm going to make it fit, and the next time you see the photo, it will be fitted and ready to run. So that's it, and that pretty much wraps up the strip down and the rebuild of a Thunder Tiger TS4N. In the next video we'll start it up and make sure it runs okay. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you.